Hello, all of you. Okay, we'll wait for another minute in case anyone else is joining. Takta, quickly tell me how many of you have tried to do the Q Forum MCQs for Chapter 1, Banking?
Me.
Okay, others? Ujjwal, Shivam? नहीं किया है तो कब तक हो जाएगा?
No, I haven't done. Will done by Saturday.
Saturday. Okay. Shivam, what about you? ठीक है. Let's do something. आज let's continue with chapter 4. We'll do introduction to derivatives. And weekend में I'll start with the MCQs. Okay, तो Saturday हम लोग पहले banking का MCQs करेंगे. And then as we proceed, we'll do other chapter MCQs as well. Okay. All right. How many of you have heard the term derivatives before? Anything about derivatives? Or maybe if you heard about futures, options, put, call, forwards, anything?
Yes, ma'am. I have heard about it. Futures
What
and
about it?
options. These are like futures are the monthly or quarterly contracts,
Okay.
and options like call option is long and put option is short.
ठीक है but चलो options छोड़ो. Futures you said monthly or quarterly contracts for what?
Contracts of the stocks मतलब वो हो गया ना.
Contracts of the stock. ठीक है. Stock को क्या करेंगे contract के through?
Buy or sell.
Okay. So you are saying futures are basically monthly or quarterly contracts to buy or sell stocks. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else about these words, these topics?
Futures contract होता है in which the rate is decided at the current date or at the current price to be executed at a time period decided in advance, and the buyer and the seller is obliged to perform the contract. In a call option, the buyer has the right to sell, but not the obligation. If the call option price is more than the strike price, then he may execute the option. Else, he may exit by paying a premium. And in a put option, he has the right to sell, but not the obligation to do so. And again, if the price is less than the strike price, he may execute the option or else leave the option. And mota derivative is an asset whose price depends on the price of an underlying asset.
Okay. ठीक है. Whatever you said, I think call option बोलते time you had a slip of tongue and you said right to sell, but you meant right to buy because put
Yeah,
का
right
also
to
you
buy,
said
yeah.
right to sell. ठीक है. Okay. Good. ठीक है. So I've understood what view you all have. Partially correct, partially not. So let's see. Keyword derivatives. As Harsh correctly mentioned, derivatives are, you mentioned assets. Derivatives are not necessarily assets.
Financial instruments, I would say.
You can call it a financial instrument, you can call it a security. You can refer to them as securities. So basically, they are financial instruments or they are securities that derive, hence the word derivative, they derive their value from some underlying asset, which means that derivatives का जो value होता है और derivatives का जो price होता है, they are determined on the basis of price movements of some other asset. They don't have a value of their own. मतलब in isolation, they don't have any value. Their value is completely dependent on their underlying asset. Okay. So, for example, you all mentioned contract to Ujjwal mentioned contract to buy or sell the stock. तो यहाँ पे derivative is the contract and the stock जिसको buy या sell करना है is the underlying asset. Harsh mentioned about right to buy, right to sell, not an obligation of some asset. So it can be a stock. अब ये सब क्या हो सकता है जो underlying assets है. Underlying assets can be of different types. Let me see यहाँ पे अगर है कहीं पे. Okay. Underlying assets can be literally anything. They begin from stocks, which means they can be equities, they can be bonds, they can be commodities. Yeah, any kind of asset. Any kind of asset can be the underlying. Now, derivatives are of different kinds. There are linear derivatives and there are non-linear derivatives. Linear derivatives क्या होता है? कोई भी चीज when we call it linear का basically मतलब है straight line types. Straight line या फिर somewhere proportional. Okay? तो linear derivatives are those derivatives जिनका value जो है that will be directly related to the value of the underlying, which means if the underlying is rising, so either derivative will linearly fall or linearly rise. ठीक है. Non-linear derivatives are those कि suppose asset अगर ऐसे जा रहे हैं तो जरूरी नहीं है that it will go like this or this. It can go like this, it can go like this, it can go like this. तो किसी भी फॉर्म में डेरिवेटिव वैल्यू कैन चेंज. ओके. तो फॉर एग्जांपल अभी हम लोग एज वी डू kinds of derivatives or the different types of derivatives available, we'll see which ones are linear and which ones are non-linear. So here they have mentioned futures and forwards are linear and options are non-linear. Usually derivatives में we focus on futures and options. So you might have heard people talk about F&O markets. Okay. Now, so since we focus on futures and options, let's see what are these futures and options. Future contract जो होते हैं, correctly mentioned by you all, futures are contracts to buy or sell. Buy, there can be a future buy or there can be a contract to sell the underlying. Contract to buy or sell the underlying at a specified date. Predetermined होता है जिस दिन you are entering into the contract, उस दिन you specify the date at which this buying or selling will take place at a specified price. You mentioned at the current market price? No, it can be any price. If current market price is 100, contract can be for 80, contract can be for 70.
At the current time.
हाँ.
I didn't see the current price.
You said current time and current market rate, but हाँ, conceptually, as long as you know this, all good. So, on the date of the contract, the date is specified, the price is specified. And in case of commodities, other specific characteristics are also there. Ki, for example, the grade, the quality, all of those things will also be specified. ठीक है? That is a forward or a future. उसमें क्या है? Whenever there is a forward or a future, there be two parties. There have to be two parties. Contract के लिए two parties is a necessity. So one party will be the buying party, the other one will be the selling party. Correct? So if you are buying a forward or you are entering into a forward contract to buy, there is a counterparty. There is someone on the other end who is entering into a forward contract to sell. Correct? So हमेशा it will be a two-faced transaction. There will be two parties, and on the specified date, there will be one winner, one loser. How will the winner or loser be decided? Let's say, for example, the forward contract is to buy shares of company A. How many shares? Quantity भी specified होता है, okay? Specified quantity. Let's say to buy 10 shares of company A at rupees 50 each. At rupees 50 each. This is the contract. Now, on the specified date, let's say after, अच्छा, it's not always necessary कि monthly या quarterly हो. The time period can differ always. We'll discuss about the time period also कि अगर regulated है तो time period कैसे regulate होता है. But in case of forwards, forwards are not regulated. Forwards are not covered under any clearing house as such. They are direct contracts, which means कि buyer and seller contract with each other directly. There is no clearing house or exchange that comes in the middle. Forwards में तो कोई भी time period हो सकता है. It can be 10 days, it can be 1 week, it can be 6 months, 9 months, anything. Let's say after 1 week. Now after 1 week, two scenarios. जो share A है उसका price is at 40 versus उसका price is at 60. So in case the price is at 40, what will happen? Forward contract में तो घुस गए. The person who had entered into the contract to buy, उसका क्या होगा? अगर 40 चल रहा है, it means कि market से that person can buy at 40. But because he has already entered into the contract, he will have to buy at 50. So the buyer is losing. On the flip side, seller का क्या हो रहा है? Seller अगर market में sell करता, if he had gone to the market to sell that share, to sell the 10 shares, he would have to sell at 40. But because of the contract, he can sell at 50. So he is gaining. Whatever the buyer is losing, the seller is gaining. 60 होने से क्या होगा? 60 होने से buyer will gain because open market में 60 पे what he would get, he is now getting at 50, and seller is losing because he could have taken 60 rupees per share, but now he will have to sell it at 50. Why? क्योंकि forwards and futures are obligatory contracts. They are obligatory contracts means कि both the parties to the contract have an obligation that they must satisfy the terms of the contract. Clear? Understood the concept of forward and future? Acha. Now you may ask, what is the difference between a forward and a future? Forward and future में the main difference is that forwards are not regulated per se. Futures are standardized. Futures are regulated. Forward में भी regulations है. It's not like they're completely unregulated. But futures are standardized contracts. Standardized contract मतलब है that they are available on an exchange, which means कि there is not, you cannot have, you cannot make your own contract in case of futures. But in case of forward, you can have a customized tailor-made contract. You can have a customized tailor-made contract because you find the counterparty and you directly deal with them. So whatever terms both of you agree to, you can make the contract. बट फ्यूचर्स में क्या होगा? फ्यूचर्स में यूजुअली द बायर एंड सेलर डोंट नो ईच अदर. बीच में होता है एक एक्सचेंज. देयर इज एन एक्सचेंज इन द मिडल. देयर विल बी बायर्स and there will be sellers. So the exchange is basically sitting in the middle, overseeing everything. And because एक exchange oversee कर रहा है and because buyers and sellers are not meeting, it is obviously very important कि the contracts are standardized. Because अब सोचो, there can be a contract to buy at 50, contract at 51, 51.5, there can be contracts at 55, there can be contracts for 10 shares, 100 shares, 110 shares, 101 shares, कुछ भी हो सकता है. There can be the maturity date can differ. Someone will want a contract for 1 week, someone will want for 1 month, someone will want for 8 days, 10 days. So for an exchange to sit and make every deal match, क्योंकि उसके पास तो buyers आएंगे and उसके पास sellers आएंगे. The exchange will have to sit and match each buyer to each seller. It is not practical. So for customized contracts, you have to go for the forward route. For standardized contracts, you have to go for the exchange route. Now, अगर standardized ही है, why would someone go through the exchange routes? Futures में जो होते हैं, futures में there is very stringent margin requirements. There are very stringent margin requirements. What are these margin requirements? Basically, if the exchange is sitting here, forward में क्या हो रहा है? Buyer and seller are contracting. The buyer and the seller are contracting with each other. So obviously, at the end of the day, there will be one winner, one loser. Very high chances that the loser is going to back out of the deal. So यहाँ पे, let's say, suppose the buyer is the loser and the buyer backs out. The buyer basically defaults. So what can the seller do? Seller will have to go to court. Lawsuit होगा, जो भी होगा, all of that will happen. So basically, there is no protection for the seller in this case. But in case of the futures contract किसके बीच में हो रहा है? There are two contracts. There will be one contract between buyer and the exchange, and there will be another contract between exchange and the seller. तो दोनों केस में because the exchange is involved, and the exchange is not anyone. The exchange is not just anyone. Exchanges or clearing houses are very big entities. तो number one, जो winning party है, suppose in this case the seller का तो कोई डर ही नहीं है. Exchange is going to pay them. Exchange will always have its own capital, that in case the buyer also defaults, exchange is going to stand as a protection for the seller. So this is one big plus point. Secondly, ऐसा तो अगर सिर्फ यही होता, that exchange is going to sit and cover up all the losses of losers, then the exchange would go into a loss. So to ensure that this does not happen, the exchange charges a margin. They ask all parties, whether buying side or selling side, they ask them to maintain a margin account with them. तो हर exchange या clearing house के पास every party who is transacting with them through any mode will have a margin account. और वो margin account क्या होता है? In that margin account, जैसे suppose for example, understanding the concept of margin, just give me a minute please. Thank you. तो margin account क्या होता है? Anyone has heard about margins?
हम ट्रेडिंग करता है तो पहले मार्जिन में पैसा डालो, फिर उससे ट्रेड करो, वैसे करते हैं. तो वही मार्जिन पता है.
बट क्यों डालते हैं वो मार्जिन? क्यों डालते हैं?
मैं इक्विटी में ट्रेड करता तो उसमें मार्जिन क्यों मांगता, समझ में आता नहीं है मेरे को.
इक्विटी में if you are trading, then it will, मतलब if you are taking delivery, like अगर derivatives नहीं है या trading नहीं है, if you are just buying equity and holding it, then they'll not ask you for any margin. then they will
Zerodha
straight up ask you for the money. हाँ,
Zerodha में से वो बोलते हैं कि इतना मार्जिन पैसा अकाउंट में डालो फिर उससे परचेज करो Zerodha में तो
वो मार्जिन नहीं है. That is basically you'll have to pay ना for whatever share you are buying. You'll have to pay Zerodha the money so that they can transfer it ahead, whoever is selling it to you. So that is like आप अपना बैंक अकाउंट से you're transferring some amount in Zerodha ताकि आप Zerodha पे buy sell कर पाओ.
Okay.
If you're not buying anything, then you don't need to have any money in your Zerodha account.
No, तो सही.
But if you are trading or if you are dealing in, sorry,
तो वहाँ पे mention text है.
आपका वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है. एक बार वापस बोलो.
अब आता है मैम. जब ट्रेडिंग कर रहे तो वहाँ पे वो लोग मेंशन करते हैं द वर्ड मार्जिन, सो आई थॉट मे बी इट्स सेम.
हाँ, वो जो अगर आप ऐसे कंटिन्यूअस बाय सेल नहीं कर रहे हो, then that margin is not the actual margin. That margin is basically your bank account with Zerodha. You have that much money kept with Zerodha, so you don't have to transfer money again from your bank account to Zerodha. If you want to buy anything, it's like जैसे Paytm wallet था पहले. You can keep money in your Paytm wallet. When you want to spend it, you spend it. If you're not spending it, it's just kept. Even if you don't keep the money, no big deal. But when you need to spend it through your wallet, you will have to transfer the money before spending it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
पूजा, कुछ बोलना है आपको?
She is writing in the chat box कि उसको आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है, बट हम लोग को तो आपका आवाज आ रहा है, सो ठीक है.
वॉइस इज नॉट ब्रेकिंग या कुछ ना मेरे एंड से?
नो मैम, योर वॉइस इज क्लियर.
ओके. पूजा, आई थिंक यू ऑलरेडी रिजॉइंड. अभी भी प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है क्या आफ्टर रिजॉइनिंग? नो मैम का मतलब क्या है? नॉट ऑडिबल और ऑडिबल? ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे जो मार्जिन अकाउंट है, दैट मार्जिन इज बेसिकली लाइक अ सेफ्टी नेट. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, वापस से पीछे वाले एग्जाम्पल पे जाते हैं कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वाज टू बाय एंड सेल फॉर वन साइड बाय वन साइड सेल एट 50. ओके. अब जब 50 का एंड 1 वीक का टाइम है, तो 1 वीक में ऑब्वियसली प्राइसेस विल फ्लक्चुएट. लेट्स से करंट मार्केट प्राइस वाज 48. तो जब करंट मार्केट प्राइस है 48, who is winning, who is losing? As on today, who is on the winning side and who is on the losing side?
At price 60.
Sorry?
At price 60 or 40?
48. आज प्राइस 48 है. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट 1 वीक बाद का है, बट ऑब्वियसली अगर आप कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में घुसे तो एवरी डे यू विल कीप ट्रैकिंग द मूवमेंट ऑफ द प्राइस,
Yes.
whether it's moving towards your favor or not. So today when the price is at 48, who is on the winning side and who is on the losing side?
The buyer is at
मैम अगर प्राइस ऊपर जाए
the buyer is at
मैम अगर प्राइस ऊपर जाएगा तो
बोल दे उज्जवल।
मैम अगर प्राइस ऊपर जाएगा तो बायर को प्रॉफिट होगा और नीचे जाएगा तो सेलर को प्रॉफिट होगा।
तो 48 पे क्या हो रहा है? 48 पे नीचे है कि ऊपर है?
मैम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पे किसने क्या किया है वो थोड़ा सा बताओ ना एक बार।
कुछ में एक बायर है एक सेलर है, 50 रुपीज
आप
का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हुआ है, आज प्राइस 48 है।
तो
तो
सेलर को
बायर
फायदा है
विन कर रहा
मैम।
है कि सेलर विन कर रहा है? हाँ,
सेलर विन कर रहा है ना।
सेलर विन कर रहा है क्योंकि मार्केट में कम है प्राइस,
यस
राइट?
मैम।
तो बायर लूज कर रहा है। तो exchange, what will the exchange do? Right now I'm talking in very simple terms. Margin calculation in detail we will do, but to understand the concept, exchange क्या करेगा? Exchange will tell the buyer that as per today's price you are losing. So the exchange is worried कि अगर price ऐसे ही नीचे रहा, then the buyer will run away and not pay the amount. तो exchange will tell buyer कि अभी आपका 2 रुपीज पर शेयर लॉस हो रहा है, तो यू कीप 2 रुपीज ऑन होल्ड विथ मी, यू कीप 2 रुपीज ऑन होल्ड विथ मी। 2 and 10 शेयर्स का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, तो बेसिकली 20 रुपीज बायर विल पे द एक्सचेंज। दिस मनी is there in his margin account. He is not spending it, but he is just parking the money. कि अगर कुछ भी होए and the buyer runs away, then the exchange is safeguarded. Exchange is safeguarded कि ठीक है, exchange को लॉस नहीं बेयर करना होगा। क्लियर? हो सकता है नेक्स्ट डे the price goes up to goes further down to 47. Exchange क्या बोलेगा? Give me 1 more rupee per share. तो buyer will pay another 10. Buyer will pay another 10. Then let's say उसके अगले दिन something happens in the market and market goes up to 52. So what will the exchange do? Exchange will allow the buyer that if he wants, he can take away this money, because now buyer is not on the losing side. तो buyer का कोई भी amount the exchange does not really have to keep as security. Margin is basically like security. But now what will they do? Exchange will tell the seller that now you are losing, you give me 20. लॉजिक समझ आ रहा है? तो ऐसे करके क्या होगा, throughout the week this margin calculation will keep happening, and last day पे, on the day of maturity, which is 1 week बाद, whatever the price is, the exchange will have money ready. जो भी losing side है, exchange will have the losing side's money with them. तो इस वे से जो exchange है या जो clearing house है, they act as a safeguard. Clear?
मैम एक क्वेश्चन है। On the third day when the buyer was at the profit of rupees 20, 2 rupees per share, so on that day can the buyer withdraw only 30 or he can withdraw the 50, the 30 rupee paid as margin and the 20 of profit?
देखो अभी जो कैलकुलेशन दिखाया ना, that is not exactly how margin calculations take place. Margin calculation, if you are losing 2 rupees per share, does not mean you have to keep full 2 rupees. There are different kinds of margins. उसका regulations होते हैं कि this much percent of margin. ऐसा नहीं कि exchange को लगता है every person will run away only, but they keep some amount as security. So that when we do margin in detail आगे जाके, then we'll see होता है कि initially both sides have to keep some margin, then आपका margin से थोड़ा थोड़ा amount कटते जाते हैं, देन जब ऐसा लगता है एक्सचेंज को that the margin has really gone down, margin balance, then they ask you कि you refill your margin. It's not कि आपको 100% लॉस कवर्ड रखना होगा मार्जिन में. ठीक है.
अच्छा, तो वी से कि दे समवन गेट्स द मार्जिन कॉल, मतलब उसका मार्जिन बहुत कम है तो दे हैव टू मैच द मार्जिन अगेन, वही
हाँ.
मतलब ना.
हाँ, मार्जिन कॉल हो गया. करेक्ट.
ओके.
मेंटेनेंस मार्जिन होता है, वेरिएबल मार्जिन होता है, इनिशियल मार्जिन होता है, देन मेंटेनेंस मार्जिन के नीचे चले जाने से मार्जिन कॉल भी हो जाता है कि यू हैव टू रिफिल योर मार्जिन. तो ऑल दैट वी विल डू फुल डिटेल में. ठीक है. उज्जवल, यू हैड समथिंग टू आस्क.
मैम जो आपने एग्जाम्पल बताया था, जो बार बार जैसे वो पे कर रहा था ना जैसे एक्सचेंज को, तो वो तो मार्जिन कॉल है ना. मार्जिन रिक्वायरमेंट तो एक फिक्स अमाउंट सेट होता है ना वैसे.
हाँ, तो वही अभी बोला ना कि मार्जिन
हाँ.
रिक्वायरमेंट एक इनिशियली बोल दिया जाएगा और फिर उसके बाद में डिपेंडिंग ऑन द सिचुएशन, इफ द मार्जिन बैलेंस इज वे टू लिटिल फॉर द सिचुएशन, then the exchange will go for a margin call and ask whichever side that you have to refill your margin up to this level.
यस मैम.
ठीक है. Pooja, is everything audible to you now?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay. चलो, तो अभी तक whatever we have discussed clear है. तो फ्यूचर्स एंड फॉरवर्ड्स के बीच में डिफरेंस समझ में आ गया. एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड एंड over the counter. Exchange traded is basically like futures and OTC is basically like forwards. So exchange traded abhi we discussed. The traditional derivatives exchange use both an open outcry system and an electronic trading systems. तो open outcry system is basically जो forwards में होता है कि buyers and sellers are directly connected to each other. बीच में हो सकता है कि there is a middleman. Exchange might act, वो ओवर द काउंटर बोलते हैं. एंड एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड में क्या होगा, जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ट्रेडिंग सिस्टम में इफ टुडे मी और यू और वन ऑफ अस just wants to deal in futures and options, then we'll go through the electronic trading system कि if we want to buy, we will enter into a buy contract. If we want to sell, we'll enter into a sell contract. We will not go around looking for a buyer or seller. The exchange will automatically match us to a buyer or a seller as required. Okay. Chicago, since US based we do everything, तो वहां पे we have the Chicago Board of Trade, CBOT. बहुत बार you will come across this name. तो CBOT याद रखना, it is the Chicago Board of Trade. Now, an OTC market differs from a traditional exchange in that the end users and dealers would contact each other either directly or through a broker, and dealers frequently use inter-dealer brokers to transact with other dealers. ठीक है, ये सब already we have discussed. I'm not going through it again. Quickly, advantages of OTC. कि why would you go through an OTC or why would you basically go for a future forward than a future? Advantage क्या है? Terms are not set by any exchange. You decide your own terms, जो भी है. Number of shares, price, quality. अगर commodity है तो ज्यादा commodity में काम आता है because commodity में you can decide all the different characteristics. Currency में बहुत काम आता है OTC because currency में especially when companies are using it to hedge, जहां पे भी hedging requirement होते हैं वहां पे OTC is more prevalent because hedge करना क्या होता है. We've already done hedge funds के time पे we discussed the word hedge, that you are protecting yourself from some risk. So if you're protecting yourself from some risk, that risk is very specific to you. आपका exposure is specific to you. That this much dollar exposure you have. The time period for which you have it. You might have it for let's say 2.5 months. But exchange पे आपको standardized 2.5 months का नहीं मिलेगा, आपको 3 months मिलेगा या 2 months मिलेगा. So for those situations, we go for OTC trading because you can customize the contract. Some new regulations since the credit crisis. as I said, it is not completely unregulated, but it is not as regulated as exchanges. And greater anonymity. Disadvantages of OTC trading: it has more credit risk than exchange trading. Why? Because abhi I showed you that exchange mein counterparty risk becomes negligible because the exchange is there as a cushion for you. Safety net hai exchange ka, that the exchange will pay you. But in case of forwards, because you are or in case of OTC, because you are dealing directly with the counterparty, the credit risk is higher. Okay.
मैम ग्रेटर एनोनिटी का एक बार मीनिंग बता दोगे क्या थोड़ा?
तो greater anonymity OTC में basically, because if you are going, this point holds true only if you are going through a broker. Okay, if you are going through a broker, बहुत बार होता है that your identity is not disclosed. Your identity is not disclosed to the other counterparty. Only at the conclusion of the trade, the client is identified. Okay, तो ये एक advantage ऐसा हो गया कि ठीक है, this is another reason why you might want to go for a forward. चलो, now let's come to payoffs. Hedging and speculation. ठीक है, टाइम है अभी हम लोग के पास. Before payoffs, let's discuss this next part actually. Derivative traders. In the derivative market, you will find three kinds of people. You will find three kinds of people who will participate in the derivative market. First are the hedgers, जिसके बारे में अभी I discussed. Hedgers क्या करेंगे? Hedgers होंगे जिन who are facing some kind of risk in their primary business. In their primary business, they are facing some kind of risk. Now that can be anything. और जो उनका risk है, to mitigate that, they are entering into the derivative market to protect themselves. For example, I spoke about currency hedging. Forex hedging में क्या होता है? Let's say there is an importer. Okay, there is an importer and the importer को क्या risk रहेगा? The importer is importing, let's say, from US. तो US में जो company है, ये इंडिया में बैठा है importer. US is sending goods to the Indian company and billing in dollars. Sending the bill in dollars कि let's say last consignment जो आया उसका bill is $100. Okay. The importer will have to pay in whatever credit period है. Every business has credit period. So let's say US company says that you have to pay me in 3 months time. You have to pay me in 3 months time. तो importer को क्या risk है यहाँ पे? That importer has to pay $100 after 3 months. Now after 3 months, importer is Indian. Importer is selling the goods in the Indian market and earning in rupees. But he has to pay in dollars. तो conversion करना होगा. He will have to exchange the rupees to dollars in order to make the payment. Now the exchange rate will be a very big question mark because 3 months बाद the importer has a risk that what if the exchange rate moves unfavorably for him. तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा risk है. इसके लिए the importer will enter into a derivative contract. जहाँ पे underlying क्या होगा? Underlying will be rupee dollar exchange rate. Currency will be the underlying. तो क्या करेगा? Importer will enter into a derivative and try to fix the price. Fix करने से क्या होगा? Even if forward पे आपको लगेगा कि there is a winner and there is a loser, but you have to see कि there is something called peace of mind. There is something called peace of mind. हो सकता है कि अगर 50 में जब एंटर किया कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में और 40 हो गया एंड द पर्सन लॉस्ट, तो वो दुखेगा नहीं। क्यों? क्योंकि मेंटली द पर्सन हैड डिसाइडेड, mentally the person knew that whatever the price might be, my net payment will be 50, my net payment will be 50। अब अगर मार्केट में उससे कम में मिलने लग गया तो कोई बात नहीं, यू कैन बी अ लिटिल सैड कि ठीक है मिस्ड अपॉर्चुनिटी whatever, but at least you benefited from that headache कि what if price 60 हो जाता। So 3 months that peace of mind that you had कि at least I am not going to pay above 50, you decide your benchmark। So that is why futures and forwards, options में भी कर सकते हैं। ऑप्शंस वील डिस्कस द पे ऑफ, उस टाइम हम लोग देखेंगे ऑप्शंस भी कैसे यूज होते हैं। तो ये हो गए हेजर्स हु आर देयर इन द मार्केट। करेंसी हेजिंग हो गया। सिमिलरली देयर कैन बी हेजर्स फॉर कमोडिटीज, समवन हु इज लेट्स से हु इज इन एन इंडस्ट्री जहां पे कोल इज अ रॉ मटेरियल, तो उनका एक्सपोजर क्या होगा? कोल प्राइसेस। If coal prices change, if coal prices fluctuate, immediately that person's business will get hampered. If coal prices go too high, then the cost of production goes high. So what will that person do? That person will try to hedge this risk. कि I want to somewhere fixate my input rate. I want to fixate my raw material rate. Clear है hedgers?
Yes, ma'am.
The next kind are the speculators. The speculators are basically all those people who have nothing to do as such with the underlying. They don't care too much about the underlying, but they have some views. They have some views about the market, about the underlying, the movement of the prices, and they want to make a profit out of those views. Okay, so basically it's like they are betting. Future को predict करके they are betting. Okay, the speculators are effectively betting on future price movement. When a speculator uses the underlying asset, any potential gain or loss arises only on the differential. ये सब छोड़ दो detail. The third kind are the arbitrageurs. We discussed arbitrage in the previous class. Arbitrageurs क्या करते हैं? Arbitrageurs will take buy and sell positions. Speculators सिर्फ एक, speculators and arbitrageurs में difference क्या होते हैं? Speculators future predict करते हैं that future में price कैसे move करेगा. If they believe that the prices are going to increase, so they will take positions accordingly. If they think prices are going to go down, they will take position accordingly. Arbitrageurs will take offsetting positions. Very important difference. Arbitrageurs will take offsetting position. क्यों? Arbitrager क्या करते हैं? सस्ता में खरीदते हैं, महंगा में बेचते हैं. They buy very low and sell very high. That is how they make their risk-free profit. So what do arbitrageurs do? They will enter into buy contracts also. They will enter into sell contracts also, which means long and short. Both positions they will take. In a way कि जितना उन लोग long किए हैं, उतना ही उन लोग short भी करेंगे. Hedgers क्या करते? They'll either go long or they'll go short depending on their exposure. Speculators will go long or short depending on their predictions. Arbitrageurs will go long as well as short because whatever they are buying, they will sell it off. And how will they earn this? They are going to identify the mispricings. Arbitrageurs always thrive on mispricings. उनको लगता है that inside the same asset class, the buying rate and selling rate is different, suppose. So that way arbitrageurs make profit. Clear है all three kinds of people in the derivatives market?
Ma'am, arbitrageurs clear नहीं है कि why do they take both long and short positions? How do they take both long and short positions in the same asset class? And how does it happen in real key prices of buying and selling are different?
Look, we'll see through an example. The hedging है, speculating, arbitrage. ये रहा. इससे क्लियर हो जाएगा। स्टॉक पहले कॉल नहीं है ना, हाँ ठीक है। Assume stock DEF trades on the New York Stock Exchange and the Tokyo Stock Exchange. ठीक है। Stock currently trades on New York Stock Exchange for 27 and Tokyo Stock Exchange for 2880. Current exchange rate is $0.009 for 1 yen. Determine if an arbitrage profit is possible. तो क्या किया आर्बिट्राजर क्या करेगा? Arbitragers, ये तो पता है, they will always buy and sell. They will buy low and sell high. कल एग्जाम्पल में भी I had explained. Inside the room, getting for 40, outside the room, getting for 50. Buy inside the room and sell it outside. Remember? तो ये क्या हुआ?
Yes, ma'am.
They will take a long position for buying and simultaneously they will also take a short position for selling. And the rate at which they are buying, the rate at which they are selling, दोनों का जो डेल्टा होगा, the difference between these will be their arbitrage or the risk free profit. Now यहाँ पे देखो how they are doing it. This arbitrager basically saw कि two different exchanges पे the same share or the same stock is trading. And उसने देखा, अब of course अगर वो न्यूयॉर्क स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में एक ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहे हैं एंड टोक्यो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में दूसरा ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहा है, either currency he will have to convert in order to arrive at one currency for his profit. So what is he doing? न्यूयॉर्क में $27, टोक्यो में 2880 येन. यहाँ पे लेट्स सी उसने येन को डॉलर में कन्वर्ट किया है. तो टोक्यो में in terms of dollar, what is the price of the stock? 25.92. 2880 into 0.009. Easy.
Yes,
न्यूयॉर्क
ma'am.
में that same thing is at $27. So what will he do? He will buy in Tokyo and sell in New York. टोक्यो में बाइंग पोजीशन ले लिया, लॉन्ग पोजीशन, और न्यूयॉर्क में शॉर्ट पोजीशन ले लिया, सेलिंग पोजीशन. तो उसकी पॉकेट में आ गया $1.08 पर शेयर. तो ये क्या हुआ? आर्बिट्राज. इट वाज
मैम
कंप्लीटली
बट
रिस्क फ्री. हाँ बोलो.
मैम बट ये प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल थोड़ी है कि
हाँ,
न्यूयॉर्क
of
स्टॉक
course
एक्सचेंज
possible
पे
है. There are
नहीं
lots
तो
of arbitrageurs who are making money.
तो
तो
एनवाईएससी पे अगर सेल करेगा तो मैम बाय भी तो उसको करना पड़ेगा ना एनवाईएससी पे.
तो शॉर्ट सेल करते हैं क्या न्यूयॉर्क
शॉर्ट
स्टॉक
सेल
एक्सचेंज?
कर दो या डेरिवेटिव के थ्रू कर दो. That is not a big deal.
गॉट इट.
ठीक है. डिफरेंस होता है because there it is not just the stock price that matters. There are a lot of other factors also. There are a lot of other factors. For example, जो न्यूयॉर्क स्टॉक एक्सचेंज एंड जो टोक्यो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज है, दोनों में प्राइसेस खाली डीईएफ के परफॉर्मेंस पे थोड़ी होते हैं. टुडे द मार्केट प्राइस ऑफ एनी स्टॉक is not solely dependent on their performance. They are dependent on that market, जो भी market में situated exchange, any kind of movements in the market as a whole. Political हो गया, all the macroeconomic factors are there. There are political factors, climate factors, lots and lots of things. Plus there is also currency. मेन तो करेंसी है ना. अगर डॉलर का रेट डिफरेंट होता, डॉलर येन का कन्वर्शन रेट डिफरेंट होता, इन अ वे दैट दिस 2880 येन वुड basically become equal to $27, तो आर्बिट्राज नहीं हो पाता. But because the dollar rate was different and you have to have an eye to detect this, and that is what arbitrageurs do. They know that कहाँ पे there can be mispricing, कहाँ पे there can be situations because of which these differences will come up. And this is not just on the stock exchange. Even in businesses, बहुत बार होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एकदम बेसिक में सोचो, देर आर सो मेनी पीपल who see that let's take up something that we all can relate to. Let's take up some food item. Okay, let's take up some food item जो कि for example, I'm from Kolkata. I think some of you are also from Kolkata maybe. कोलकाता में you get a lot of गुड़ का मिठाई, right? If you've not had it, you must have heard about it, that there is a lot of गुड़ का मिठाई available in Kolkata because in winters वहां पे Nolan गुड़ production is that high. So over there you will see that you are getting that mithai also at very cheap rates. But the same thing, if let's say you go to a city like Bangalore. In Bangalore, there is no concept of gud ka mithai. So anyone who is coming to buy that would be willing to pay a higher price because they are getting it in Bangalore. So if you have an eye for this, you can easily set up a small establishment. You can set up a network where you will call for that sweet from Kolkata and sell it in Bangalore. End of the day, it's the same sweet. But because of this difference in the two markets, you are being able to make the profit. Whatever difference is there, minus kar do jo bhi expenses. For example, even in this case, there will be some transaction expenses, etc. तो वो सब हटा के out of this 1.08, the profit will come down based on expenses. But gross profit अगर देखें, you can easily make that gross profit. Make sense?
I'm question है बीबी. Let's come to this example only जो दिया है book में. जापान में I buy the share. I have +1 share in my Demat account जो भी. In New York, I short sold the share या फिर derivative ले लिया. I have -1 in that Demat account in New York वाला stock exchange में. How will I make actually profit? I do need to buy in New York and I do need to sell in Japan.
मिल जाएगा वो.
हाँ.
You can square off your entry later on. और इसीलिए तो derivatives भी यूज होते हैं.
बट मैम वो तो न्यूयॉर्क में तो अगर हम बाद में कभी सेल करता है या जापान में सॉरी न्यूयॉर्क में बाद में बाई करता है या जापान में बाद में सेल करता है तो उस टाइम पे भी तो प्राइस अलग होगा.
उस टाइम पे प्राइस अलग होगा. यू विल वेट फॉर अ टाइम जब आपका फेवर उल्टा हो जाए.
तो एग्जैक्टली तो फेवर जब उल्टा होगा तो प्रोबेबिलिटी आ गया. तो हाउ इट इज रिस्क फ्री. देयर इज अ रिस्क ना कि प्राइसेस आर
दिस सिचुएशन दैट वी आर डिस्कसिंग कि बाद में क्या होगा. Usually arbitrageurs don't do this. Usually they make use of derivatives to enter into these contracts. अब for example short selling के लिए होते हैं there is stock lending when you are short selling. Because for selling you need to have that stock. One of you mentioned that also. तो इसके लिए stock lending होता है. You have borrowed the stock from someone. तो you can later on settle it. कभी ना कभी तो. और आर्बिट्राज हमेशा याद रखना मोमेंटरी होता है. इवेंचुअली इक्विलिब्रियम विल बी रीच्ड. ठीक है. आर्बिट्राज
रिस्क नहीं हो पाएगा कौन सा पता नहीं.
रिस्क फ्री होगा बिकॉज इवेंचुअली इक्विलिब्रियम रीच होगा. एंड एक और चीज याद रखना, आर्बिट्राज इज नॉट जस्ट रिस्क फ्री. आर्बिट्राज इज ऑल्सो व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग ऑफसेटिंग पोजीशंस and you are basically detecting the mispricing in that offsetting position. ये देखो यहाँ पे भी लिखा हुआ है. Arbitrage opportunities typically do not last long as supply and demand forces will adjust prices to quickly eliminate the arbitrage situation. And as soon as the arbitrage situation is eliminated, आप अपना set off कर दो. जितना देर तक मिस प्राइसिंग था उतना देर तक. ठीक है, यही समझो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये ट्रेड में घुसा. दिस पर्टिकुलर आर्बिट्राजर, व्हाट डिड ही डू? ही बॉट इन टोक्यो एंड सोल्ड इन न्यूयॉर्क. क्या होगा? इफ लेट्स से फॉरगेट ऑल अदर ट्रेडर्स, if this particular trader continues doing this, eventually what will happen? Through his actions only, New York Stock Exchange में sell कर करके supply forces will be so high that the 27 will go down. And what will happen in the Tokyo Stock Exchange? Buy कर करके this trader will only drive up the price. $25.92 जो चल रहा है वो बढ़ जाएगा, right?
Yes.
Eventually क्या होगा? ये फॉल करते करते लेट्स से 26.2 पे आ गया, ये राइज करते करते 26.2 पे आ गया, खत्म आर्बिट्राज.
Yes,
Through his
ma'am.
own actions only, finished. एक बार जब मिस प्राइसिंग डिटेक्ट हो गया, as I said, it is a momentary thing. That mispricing is not going to stay forever. You don't even have to wait कि ये 27 जो है ये राइज होके फॉल होके 25 तक जाए और ये 25.92 राइज होके 28 पे जाए कि फिर आप अपना ऑफसेटिंग पोजीशन लो. यू विल टेक योर ऑफसेटिंग पोजीशन इमीडिएटली एट 26.2. आप स्क्वायर ऑफ कर दोगे. न्यूयॉर्क में जो माइनस था उसको आप प्लस कर दोगे एंड टोक्यो में जो प्लस था उसको आप माइनस कर दोगे. स्क्वायर ऑफ हो गया पोजीशन. बट इन दैट प्रोसेस you earned this. You already earned this. इसीलिए it is called risk free. Because eventually equilibrium will be achieved.
अब समझ आ गया मैम.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
किसी को और कोई डाउट? तो all three participants, hedgers, speculators and arbitrageurs. Now, what I want you all to do, since it's already 10, I want you all before next class, quickly I want you all to go through this example, खाली forward वाला. Don't go through the put option क्योंकि put option हम लोग अभी तक किए नहीं है. Forward contract, hedging with a forward contract. You will go through that example and speculating with futures. तो just forwards and futures वाला usage you will go through. Options वाला right now you will let it be. Next class में सबसे पहले we'll do the payoffs. सबसे पहले we'll do the payoffs and then we'll do the options examples also. Clear? Any doubts whatever we have done today?
No, ma'am.
I hope 1 week हो गया classes को. You all want any change in the method of teaching? Anything you all want to discuss more than what is being discussed or less? Any feedback? Because right now it's just the 4th chapter. We have 20 chapters to go.
Ma'am. No, comfortable with this. It's fine.
Comfortable?
Comfortable with this, yeah.
Okay. Others? All good?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. So next class, mostly tomorrow only, we'll finish this topic off and then weekend we are going to start with banking MCQs.
Ma'am, expected syllabus तो खत्म होगा.
Expected syllabus would be somewhere around March. I'll target mid-March, hopefully. Mid-March, मतलब second half of March में होगा, ताकि April you all have for revision. But
Okay,
that is obviously only possible अगर आप लोग, if you all also put in that hard work and watch the recorded videos simultaneously. Coverage हो रहा है live classes में, but साथ साथ में recorded videos भी देखो and more than that, solve the questions regularly. क्योंकि I've said this before also, self study is the most important. जब तक आप लोग questions खुद से नहीं करोगे before coming to class, तब तक there is not much point of me sitting and discussing the questions. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good night, all of you. Thank you so much.
Good night, ma'am. Thank you.